I think I seen like the first 15 seconds of this before I bookmarked it, but pretty much this is like one of those, you know what I'm saying, one of those wives that's not really a wife, you know what I'm saying, the whole my husband or whatever lost his job or whatever, and then she act like she can't step up as a wife, you know what I'm saying, try to keep the family afloat. Instead, she just want to go ahead and do her own little thing or whatever the case may be. You know how the typical shit be nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy the Pounder, what's going on with you, bro? What the word is, bro?
So you married?
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
Basically, my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
So when I met him, when I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide. I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job. So
See that right there? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If a motherfucker ever come across some money or anything like that, I think it's more harder to be in the dating scene because motherfuckers more or less just want to use it for your resources versus you finding a motherfucker when you like down and out, you know what I'm saying? Like you out, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money, nothing like that, and a motherfucker still love your little stanky ass draws. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's more genuine love and shit like that. Because when motherfuckers know about you and know what you got going on and shit like that, everybody gonna flock towards you. But who's gonna be the ones that's gonna flock toward you when you ain't got a piss to, you know what I'm saying, to shit in, or you know what I'm saying, a dollar to your name or anything like that? Like who gonna be there in your corner then? Especially when it comes to relationships and shit like that. That's why I never understood people, right? Like they'll highlight a female or go out on a date with a woman or something like that, and the first thing that they do when they describing themselves or whatever is always money, 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 money. How much money they make? It's like, bro, you flashing all this money and shit like that is gonna draw the wrong type of women around you. Because once this money is gone or something happens to you or whatever, she's gonna be gone, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? And then it's never good to lead with money versus anything else because you gotta look at it like this. There's always a motherfucker out there that got more money than you. So if you deal with a woman and her solely purpose is she like you for your money or she love you because of your income and shit like that, then the only thing that a motherfucker gotta do to get her is show one more dollar that, you know what I'm saying, one more extra dollar that you don't got, and a motherfucker got her. That's it. Y'all ass be tweaking. Fuck all that shit.
So he ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by, and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills, and he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you, as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband. None.
Do y'all hear this shit? That gotta be some of the most craziest shit, bro. That is the true definition of a Felicia right there. What the fuck? Your husband lost his job. And instead of you trying to step up and be the wife, the best wife that you could possibly be, you tell this motherfucker, right, that I'll pay these bills for this month, but I expect to get paid back with interest. Motherfuckers is crazy. And the sad part is, man, there's somebody out here after hearing her say all that. There's somebody out here that will still come along and still date her ass. After saying all that goof ass shit right out her mouth, somebody will still come along and date her crazy ass. What the fuck? See, a person like that, I will leave her so goddamn single. I will never deal with her. Like, yeah, huh?
If you can, you can hear.
He probably happy you gone, though.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache? That would be a headache for me. Like, I know I just lost my job. What if he lied? You know, niggas do that. Like, I just lost my job, baby, to test. But what is he doing now?
That's childish. Like, what you testing me for? That's childish.
I'm saying to see what I got. Now I see what I got.
Right. Like, the fuck? Is she crazy or stupid?
So you
fuck
married?
What's going on?
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
Basically, my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
So when I met him,
And the crazy part is, this is what I be talking about, bro. And the crazy part is, she ain't even cold like that. Like, she average as fuck. The fuck? Like, she should be happy. See, this be the prime example of what I be trying to say to people, bro. How easily women have it in the world versus us men. Us men, we gotta sit here and look good, smell good, always be presentable. And then on top of being presentable, we gotta have the resources and the finances and all that old shit just to somewhat get a appealing, attractive, somewhat looking woman. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these women, man, these motherfuckers be, boy, they be saying the most looniest shit out they motherfucking mouth. They be doing some of the most looniest shit ever. And a motherfucker will still sit there and suck they motherfucking toes. That shit is wild to me. Message. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, bro. Like, when I go out on a date with a woman or something like that, like, man, look, all that talk about finances and all that old shit, man, look, miss me of all that shit. Don't worry about how much money I got. Don't worry about how much money I make. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to like me no more than what you already like me for. Because now you know, oh, he makes X amount of money per month. Or, oh, he makes X amount of money per year. Oh, he drives this car and that car. Oh, he lives in... Man, look, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Now, if we just fucking or something, then, you know, maybe I might, you know, say talk a little shit with you or something like that. Because I already got in my head, like, I ain't trying to build shit with you, man. We just having fun and shit like that. Like, fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if you feel, you know, see a motherfucker and you know, kind of got, like, a little interest in the person that you can somewhat see a long-term whatever with them or whatever the fuck that might be or whatever. Yeah, those conversations right there, man, I don't even be even, like, you know what I'm saying, too involved in those conversations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it like this. You ask me about how much money and how do you make money and all this old shit. Okay, if you gonna ask me all these old personal questions, how many people have you slept with, huh? Like, let me know something. Oh, I feel like that's being disrespectful. I feel like you asking about my income is being disrespectful. The fuck? Like, don't worry about that. I mean, we don't live together, so why you need to worry about my motherfucking income? You feel me? Like, what you need to worry about my income for if we don't live together? Don't worry about what I got going on. That's the type of ignorant shit I be on. If a motherfucker asks me those type of questions, I'm gonna ask you a stupid ass question right back. You ask me a dumb ass question, I'm gonna ask you a dumb ass question. Let's be dumb together, all right? Let's both just sit here and eat this motherfucking food and just ask a bunch of dumb ass questions to each other and see who gonna give us the more dumb ass response. You feel me? She a 7? I wouldn't even give her that. That's high right there, but I feel it though, Skippy. Now, some people are just confused. The 3 or 4 jizzle in the motherfucking building, man. What's going on, my boy? What the word is, bro?
when I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide.
Look at her. She said the number one rule of being with me, you have to provide. You have to provide. AKA, you have to pay for everything, do everything, all this and that, blase, blase. And whatever money that I make, that just goes in my pocket and I just buy what the fuck I want to. But when it comes to you, you got to pay all the bills, pay for all the cars. If we got kids, you got to pay for all the school and all that. You got to do everything. You got to do everything. And on top of that, I'm only going to have sex with your ass 3 times a week, and I'm only going to suck your dick on holidays. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck? That's tough. Y'all ass is crazy. Y'all ass is crazy for dealing with shit like that. I would never.
I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job. So he ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by, and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you, as a man, I expect you to provide.
So that right there should already tell you in her head, she don't even live up to the basic requirements of being in a husband and wife relationship where we're all is equal, we're all is one. It's still on some whole, this is mine. I do with what I want to do with mine. That's yours. But if you want me to stay here, we're going to use your resources. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. You see how that woman just broke that man down like that? That man probably spent all that money, scrambling and scraping for shit to try to get all that money to pay for all these bills and shit. He done lost his job and shit. So to her coming along and try to help a little bit for he can keep some money in his pocket for he can find himself another job and drive it, whatever he needs to do, whatever. She done took all his resources and got him dry out here and just to get up and leave. Just to get up and leave. That shit, wow.
Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband. None. If you can, you can hear.
He probably happy you gone, though.
I'm sure he missed me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, and this is just my honest opinion. If I was to ever get married or be in a long-term relationship where we living together and all that old shit, and if you want to say so into what I'm doing, we got to go 50-50. Fuck the bullshit. If you want to say so onto what we're doing, we got to go 50-50. Fly, what do you mean by that? If I'm paying for all the bills and all that old shit, don't be calling me at no 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning talking about where you at. I can stay outside as long as I want to. I pay for everything. Watch out. Watch the fuck out. Like, what's going on here?
Message.
Simple as that. It's like simple as that. Don't worry about who I be kicking. Don't worry about none of that shit. I'm paying all the bills and shit like that. Don't talk to me when I don't want to be talked to. It's going to be on to that type of time. And you're going to have to respect that shit. Because you living rent-free, you ain't doing shit. The fuck? What you doing? Barely cooking? I can make my own goddamn food. Barely cleaning? You made the mess. Like, come on now.
Message.
I ain't even make the mess. I'm barely at the house. The fuck?
Message.
Fuck we got going on up in here. Man, watch out. Watch out. I swear to God, watch out. Hey, what's going on with you? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? But yeah, watch out though. That shit goofy as hell. I swear to God.
A headache?
I swear to God.
That would be a headache for me. Like, I know I just lost my job.
She probably got
lied?
some boats loose.
You know,
in
niggas
that
do that.
one.
Like, just lost my job, baby, to test.
But
What is he doing now?
that's
shit.
childish.
Hell
Like, what you
dog.
sassing me
It's
for? That's
childish.
childish.
I'm saying to see what I got. Now I see what I got. So you married?
Funny as hell. That shit
I'm going through a
wild.
divorce.
What happened with that?
That shit wild. Talking about some Talking about some You feel me? All right, so I don't know if you being honest or trolling, but go ahead, man. Ask your question though. We'll see what you're talking about. There was another video on here that I wanted to check out. There was another video on here that I wanted to check out. Where is it at?